Hi, we are the Cheng brothers. And I'm Andre.
And I'm Garrison.
And I am Curry.
And I am Blackout.
I'm a woolly mammoth.
I'm an African penguin.
Alright, so today we're gonna introduce Taiwan's culture today, alright?
Okay.
Taiwan. Introduction. Taiwan, officially the Republic of China or ROC, do not get confused with China. China is People's Republic of China, and Taiwan is Republic of China or ROC. And Taiwan is a country in Eastern Asia. There's one very important fact that Taiwan is not a part of China. To the east of Taiwan is China, officially the People's Republic of China. And to the northeast is Japan, and Philippines to the south. So this is where Taiwan is, and this is Taipei, which is the capital. And to the north there's like the North Korea and South Korea, and about over here is Japan. And then to the south, this is the Philippines. So yeah. Below is the picture of Taiwan's national flag and Taiwan's emblem. Emblem is a badge or symbol that represents the nation, in case that you didn't know, and also Taiwan, some nearby countries. So, okay, this flag over here is Taiwan's national flag. So this is Taiwan's national flag, and this is Taiwan's emblem. It's something that represents the nation. So this represents Taiwan. All right.
Okay. Landscape and climate. Taiwan features a variety of landscapes. There are high mountains and low elevations. One high elevation is the Yu Mountain in Taiwan, also known as Yushan in Mandarin. In the middle part of Taiwan, there's the Yu Mountains. To the north of the Yu Mountains are the Cuishan Mountains, or Xueshan Shanmai. To the west of the Yu Mountains are the Alishan Mountains, or
Alishan Shanmai.
And to the east of the Yu Mountains is the Zongyang Mountain Range, and Zongyang means middle in Mandarin, and the Mandarin that's Zongyang Shanmai. To the east of the Zongyang Mountain Range is the Haiyan Mountains, and Haiyan means seashore in Mandarin, and the Haiyan Mountains is
Hai'an Shanmai
in Mandarin. And the new Taipei City in the map was established in 2010. It is literally a new Taipei City. It was established because the government said it had enough people to make a new Taipei City. Below is the landscape map of Taiwan. So over here, there's the landscape map of Taiwan. So there's the Xueshan here, and over here is Zongyang Shanmai.
Those are all mountains.
Yeah. It's focused in the middle of the middle part of Taiwan. And here's the Hai'an Shanmai, and here's the Yushan Shanmai, and here's the Alishan Shanmai. And these are some cities or islands or counties.
The capital is Taipei City.
Yeah.
And right next to it is the new Taipei City.
Yeah, new Taipei City. Okay.
Taiwan also features a variety of climates. There's arid weather and cold mountains. In Taiwan, there is a lot of rain. It can and does rain anytime. July is the hottest month in Taiwan, with temperatures in Taipei soaring up to 94 Fahrenheit or 34 degrees Celsius. Typhoons are also common in Taiwan. There are also monsoons in Taiwan. Summer monsoons often bring heavy rainfall. In the winters, Taiwan tends to be cool and hot. In the northern part of Taiwan, in winter, it is cool and drizzly, but in the south of Taiwan, it seems to be hot and sunny in winter. We can sweat a lot in Taiwan.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, and just so you know, guys, it said typhoons up here. We had experienced typhoons in Taiwan before that time when we have went back to Taiwan. That time when there was a typhoon, luckily it wasn't a really big one, so we just had to stay in the house, so we wouldn't. So there,
Yeah.
yeah,
And we were planning to go to a lot of places, but then the typhoon brought a lot of rain, so we have
yeah,
to wait until the wind stops to go.
yeah, to go
Yeah,
somewhere else.
so we can go to the place that we want to go.
Yeah, okay. History. There are a lot of events that happened in Taiwan's history. Little island, rich history. Oh, most important, Taiwan is not a part of China. Why do China keep thinking that Taiwan is a part of China? Here is where the history part will start. There was one group called the Kuomintang government, KMT, which is led by Chiang Kai-shek or Jiang Jieshi, and another communist led by Mao Zedong or Mao Zedong. The Kuomintang government had a civil war with the communists. Because the US military gave the KMT government the upper hand after World War II, the Kuomintang started feeling powerful, but the communist side was actually starting to grow stronger. In 1949, the Kuomintang's Tianjin and Bei and Beijing or Beijing were ruled over by the communists. Soon, Chiang Kai-shek and about 2 million people fled to Taiwan. The people began to settle in Taiwan, but they still wanted to fight back. They wanted to go back to China because they thought that China was their homeland.
Going back to China never succeeded, so people were born there and people started to think that Taiwan was their home. That is why China keeps thinking Taiwan is a part of China. But it is not. Taiwan has their own president, they have their own government, and they don't use the same currency China uses. China is much bigger than the tiny island of Taiwan, so people assume that China would take over Taiwan.
In history, Taiwan was also owned by Japan, the country northeast of Taiwan. Japanese control of Taiwan ended when Japan was defeated in World War II. Taiwan is also famous for its baseball. Baseball is widely popular in Taiwan because when Japan ruled over Taiwan, Japan introduced baseball to Taiwan. Whoa.
Taiwan has two names. When the Portuguese were exploring the world in the 1500s, they wanted to get to Japan. On their way, they stopped at Taiwan. The Portuguese thought it was such a beautiful island. They called it,
Yeah, Formosa.
which means beautiful island in Portuguese. On the western side of the world, people call Taiwan Formosa, like the Formosan black bear, and the Chinese had always called Taiwan Taiwan. This is this is Chiang Kai-shek or Jiang Jieshi in Mandarin. He's the first president
Yeah.
in Taiwan, and so he's really important.
He's a really important person in
Yeah,
history.
yeah, he's the first president in Taiwan. Like the first president of the United States is George
Yeah,
Washington.
Washington is really famous too and very important.
All right, fast
Okay,
facts.
okay. So first, the area of the country is 13,974 square miles.
2. Population as of 2020, 23,816,775
Oh,
people.
okay. And three, fun fact. Taiwan owns some little islands such as Green Island, 日岛, also known as 绿岛, Orchard Island, 蓝屿, and also an archipelago also known as an island chain, which is which is called Penghu or Penghu or Pescadores, etc. And over here is the pescador's map.
It's like
Island
Taiwan.
chain.
Yeah, Taiwan owns the Pescadores, which is like an
Mm-hmm.
island chain made of a lot of small islands.
And this is the main
Main
island.
island. Yeah.
Okay.
4. About 273 Taiwans can fit in the USA.
Ooh, Taiwan's pretty tiny. A flight from Chicago, USA to Kaohsiung, Taiwan is 15 hours, 48 minutes. Ooh, so Taiwan is over.
So
Yeah.
compared to the world, Taiwan is over here. It needs to be zoomed in to be seen.
Yeah, it's a really tiny country.
See, they're compared to China and Japan and those other countries. It's really, really small.
Yeah.
And we're gonna tell you a little story for our experience. So like last year and all the other times we went to Taiwan, we had to go on a plane. It takes about 15 to 16 hours, but if it's including the waiting at the airport, and then it takes more time. Yeah. And then when we fly, we can't fly exactly to Kaohsiung where we live because there's only a direct flight to Taipei, so we have to fly to Japan or Hong Kong depending on what flight we're on, and then we fly to Kaohsiung because we can't directly fly to Kaohsiung from USA, so we have to go to another country and then fly to Kaohsiung is where we live. And it's really interesting that because Taiwan, when we go to Taiwan, takes the whole progress takes about 1 day, and when we arrive in Taiwan, it's like 10 to 12 in the night.
Yeah.
And
Really
the fun thing about Taiwan is at night, it's still really bright like in the morning because they have a lot of lights and stuff.
Yeah.
Not like America. At night they only
darkens out.
yeah,
And
it just goes dark.
Closes.
Yeah, and Taiwan has a lot of stores that still opens at like in the middle of the night.
And a lot of those stores for foods open up to really
Like the last time we went back our grandma and grandpa bought us food when we went back to Taiwan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the climate there unlike the USA, which is where we live, at night it might be slightly cooler and at night, but in Taiwan in the night it's still really hot.
And humid and kind of wet.
Wet, yeah. The air is kind of wet and humid.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the process there to Taiwan on the plane was kind of boring. So we just watched a lot of movies, and then we slept. After we slept, we watched movies again, and then the food arrives. We eat food, and then we go back to sleep again until we finally arrive into Taiwan.
But when we're smaller, we didn't really understand English, so we might bring some other stuff like
maybe stuffed animals or games.
Yeah, so we don't get
that bored
because that time we didn't know English, so we don't know what the movie is talking about. We just look at what's happening on the screen.
Yeah. All right. So that was the end of our experience. All right. So we're finishing introducing Taiwan's culture today. So if you like our videos, you can press the subscribe or hit the bell button. Please subscribe and hit the bell button. Bye bye.
My head is tilting.
Well, that's unlucky.